Now, Russia has become the first country in the world to approve a vaccine for COVID-19. Well, that's what Vladimir Putin says he's got, a vaccine. But the move to grant regulatory approval after less than 2 months of human testing has gained worldwide criticism. Professor Sanjaya Senanayake is an infectious diseases specialist and associate professor at ANU, and he joins me live from our Canberra studio. Welcome again, Professor.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Very, very well. Should we all be swimming to Russia to get a jab?
No, Chris, we shouldn't. This vaccine, look, it might end up being a very good vaccine. There's a strong possibility of that. It uses the similar sort of technology that the Oxford group are using. They've got an adenovirus and they're putting the genes for the spike protein from the SARS-CoV-2 virus into it. So it may well work very well. But at this stage, it hasn't undergone the sort of last big stage of vaccine testing, which is called phase 3 studies, which about 8 other vaccine candidates are undergoing as we speak.
Has a working vaccine ever been produced of this type this quickly?
No. Look, prior to COVID, Chris, the quickest vaccine that we'd ever produced was the mumps vaccine, and that took 4 years. So the fact that there is such rapid production of a vaccine now is actually unprecedented and a credit to everyone, but at the same time, we don't want to do things too quickly.
Yeah. What about the Australian vaccines that are in the works? Where are we at with those? Because we are scientifically in the top 10 countries in the world. We stand a fair chance of coming up with a vaccine too, right?
Yes, look, the UQ has got a very promising vaccine. They'd done some work on a similar coronavirus called MERS, so they've used that template for their vaccine. Now, it is not at the same stage as the other vaccines, but that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we want more than one vaccine using different methods to work to stimulate our immune system. We want more than one, because if we have more than one, that means it can get manufactured in different places. It means that if someone has side effects to one, they might be able to use another. So the Australian vaccine, even if it ends up coming out in 2022, it could still be very, very useful.
OK. Now, the Palaszczuk government is trialling COVID-19 testing in Queensland pharmacies. This is part of a pilot program. Pharmacists will be given training on conducting testing. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, Chris, look, it depends how they do it. It's not unprecedented. In the United States, there are some pharmacies which do COVID-19 testing. I haven't seen the outcome data from that, and I believe South Australia is also trialling a pilot program. I guess it depends how they're doing it. If they're asking people to come from home who think they have COVID specifically for testing, we have very good setups for that at the moment. And then you could be mixing people who just come into the pharmacy for other reasons with people who know they might have COVID. And that could be a bit risky. But if it's people who are coming into the pharmacy asking for advice about a respiratory infection, the pharmacist then saying, do you think you should have a COVID test? People who otherwise wouldn't have sought COVID testing, it may be a good thing. But whatever happens, it's really important that they get the infection control right so you don't have COVID spreading through a pharmacy.
Professor Senanayake, thank you very much for your time tonight. There you go.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Good to have you with us.